again. How are you? Let's get to know the invisible moon. Who are you? The human sheep will tell you how some of them want problems and some of them want love. I'm LìB.å.d, your gypsy queen. Find out here with me what these cards have to say. Now let's dig in. Now it's time for a reading. Now let's begin. And let's not forget that these cards have a soul. The human sheep, divine circus. Some were from underneath the planet, some were from the snow, and some were from the dungeons where the kings shot them out. Some of them were from another planet, some of them were awful, but some of them were amazing, and that's who we were with. Some of them were ugly, some of them were cute, but whenever we had problems, some of them would flare up. Some of them wanted problems, some of them wanted love, and some of them were from heaven. Some of them were from hell. Some of them were peculiar. Some of them were real rude, and the worst part about them is that they didn't share their food. Sharing means caring. So this is what had happened. Everything was going wrong with only humans, while most of it would stop. And it was true that no one cared a lot. Yes, they did. And species that were evil needed that to stop. So they made them unwoke and hid in a human sheet so they would never get seen. And that's what was said by Dark Harlequin. And he also says this: the human sheet was made of meat, and those who were not couldn't stand it at all. And some people wanted fish, and some people wanted rocks, and some people wanted men, and the men didn't already know. But all their ships were controlled by them, and the beings were big and buff and strong, and they were not human men at all. And they wanted them to eat and cheat and beat and rest in peace to those that got caught by them. And after all we did was cry, who will bring justice to these poor childs? No parents to come and get them home, no homes around, but there was doom. So this was the problem. The men could never sleep in pants, because at night they would shapeshift and walk around hurting other men. The men had no shirts. They would walk around in only pants. And the thing is, there was a lot of problems. There were so many that only humans could stop. And they were the beginning of the U.S. 20,000 years ago. The men were gods. They always had their powers, but some knew better. Create ugly monsters and send them. It was War of the Worlds, and yes, There were those stupid hoblets, but the hoblets wanted nothing to do with it, so they stayed on another planet with another war on it. They were winning. The men, they were strong, but they wanted to go home, so that made them weak. And if they died, they'd be stuck. And the beings that knew made them smash in their ships to kill them. Isn't that story just the beginning? Now let's begin! Long ago, now, next group. Now it's time to shed some light. The invisible moon from Moonology deck. Come with me and find out here just what this moon wants to tell. Now let's go. The invisible moon, group 2. The invisible moon says this: there's no time for anyone who doesn't care. It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step into something that calls for the invisible moon. The moon is crucial. It spins in a way that makes everyone normal, except when it's full. And get this, it makes us hazy if we're woke. We come invisibly. We come for you all. We get easily aggravated. That's why you can't see our moon. And it's invisible because of this. This planet has money, and they don't. This planet is from another circulation, and this is what we know, is each invisible moon has a lot of history with us. Moons make you calm, suns make you hot, and when the going gets active, after that, we have to surrender to the divine. We surrender each night because we don't have a choice, and the moon manifests problems if we don't use it up. The moon is important. It helps lots, and our moon is wonderful. It helps us divinate. And this is what the next card says. Communication is key. Communication is important. We need it to survive. And guess what? We have a mission, and it's to bring the moon alive. We need the moon to be on our side because it manifests people we don't like. And it manifested universe. And she can't stand a human. She hates them all. The moon is not always visible. It comes and then it goes. But sometimes it makes us happy. But mostly when it's new moon or full. The moon is very special. It keeps us wanting more. And whenever we think about it, we think about all of our chores. The moon is very important. We all want it to last. But the day we get to travel space, the terrorists will go and blow another one up. How annoying is that? Now, the next time that happens, people will see that they get stopped. They will never blow up another moon because the astronauts will go berserk. Now, next group, now. That was group 2, now listen to this. All of these cards will bring you away. Now for group 3, now come and get this. is a very special girl. Just wait. You know who she is. Divine Circus, Group 3. Surprise. What do you know? It's time to get Alice out of the deck. You want to know who she is? She's a big bad wolf, and she got lots of friends. Now this is what you know, that no one messes with Alice, and that Alice knows the way to a lot of places that are cool. And if you want to know Alice, this is what you need to know. Alice is a special girl that can shift into a bird. Alice can shift into a bird, but not just any bird, a hummingbird. And when she's a hummingbird, she soars, she flies to her home. And Alice is also a fairy, if you wouldn't believe. And this is what the story is, that one day Alice flew into a dreamland. She's seen so many beautiful things, and she never knew how big mushrooms grew, and that trees can grow in balloons. She wanted to take a picture, so she came down and summoned into a girl. She wanted to take a lot of pictures and then post them on Google and go and show her friends. The mushrooms started glowing, making brand new pics, and now that place is one of her favorites. Wonderland is where this place is. People use this place to grow mushrooms and all sorts of giant stuff, and people use this place to do magic and sell it to one another. People want to see this place grow, and people want to see this place flourish, and people want lots of power, but you always gotta ask to have it. Now magic is very friendly there. It tends to all your needs, and magic is very happy there, because magic gets to have its own way. This place is very special and is very beautiful to see, but if you ever see a nightmare, that's where Alice will never be. Now Alice is very beautiful, but she is not the same. She can turn into different creatures and come see you in your dreams. But just like you, she's looking for me to come and make her dreams come true. Reading anyone? Now let me tell you about Alice and her friends. They always got plans, and these plans that she has lots of fun. Now she runs with her friends as wolves in the forest, and she captures the weasel with a nip, and it's over. We bring it in slow, then we pounce and roll over, and when it's time to move on, all we know is that they can't ever forget it, because they get to do it anytime that they want to. But Alice and her friends have a special agenda, and this is what it is. Capture all of the magic and befriend whoever loves her. And she's a part of the Divine Circus. Did you know? Maybe someday I'll tell you stories of hers. And get what? Get this? Did you know that Alice and her friends are ancient old souls? And did you know that there's a surprise out there waiting for you? You can come and ask Alice just what's outside in other dimensions and what's going on in them. Alice is super smart and knows the way around all things. And get this, Alice is a ghost come alive in this realm. So Alice is a ghost who can teleport and float high. That was it for these readings. Better like and subscribe. And get this, The invisible moon wants to show you nothing. Now I'll get going. See you next time. Again.